All right, Esper control. What have we added from last season? We've added some Time Ravelers, we've added an Ugin, we've added a couple of Dovin's Veto, we've added Tyrant, Scorn. Scorn's a card I've been pretty impressed with other shells, just like, I always felt like blue-black didn't have a really good 2-mana instant speed removal spell, and Scorn really feels like it slots in nicely in that role. Ugin really solves the problem Esper had from last season, which is that it just gives us this good utility answer card that also can just kill people, thankfully. Like, this deck has real issues closing games out sometimes, and Ugin does a nice job of doing that for us. In the sideboard, we've gained Oath of Kaya, which is sweet because we have a good number of Planeswalkers anyways. It also, this third point of damage that this deals against mono red's a big deal because it can kill Goblin Chain Whirler, whereas Moment of Craving does not. And then Narset, Parter of Water Veils. I think this card's great not only in the Chemister's Insight Mirror matches, but also against all the Wilderness Reclamation decks, which is excellent. So let's dive on into some matches and see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see the contrast of how this deck feels compared to the blue-white control deck that we just played. Would it be OP if Ugin had Exile instead of Destroy? I have no idea. It's a very minimalistic change. Yeah, I think so. I think some number of Ugin in basically any mid-range or control deck is probably right this season. And super reasonable. That is annoying, but not the end of the world. It really is, Brad. It really is. All right, so we're going to take History of Benalia and then follow it up by taking Heroic Reinforcements. I'm going to ditch the Absorb here because I'm looking to draw cards that allow me to interact with the board because they are going to have a Tithe Taker plus Tecatli's once all said and done. One thing that's worth noting is that this build does not have any Cry of the Canarium in it, which is a card that Esper Control played frequently last season. It's one of the cards that kind of got edged out to fit in some of the other things that we have going on here. I feel like they have to commit more to the board here. If they commit their Tithe Taker, it means they can kill my Teferi, but if I draw another blank, I think I just have to play the Teferi and absorb damage here. Yeah. I'm going to stop on my end of turn here in case I draw a 2-mana removal spell.
I won't hide from hurry.
It's unfortunate. Yep.
We will meet again.
We didn't flood like this when we played blue-white. Blue-white confirmed superior. Dead in 3 currently. I think I just need Kaya's Wrath at this point. They cast a spell, I get to live an extra turn. God bless. I don't think I have any outs though, right? Because like my out is Kaya's Wrath. And that leaves I'm at 1 and this kills me. The fact that they showed me Divine Visitation is interesting because it tells me that they're playing a little bit bigger version of whatever their deck is doing, which probably means this extra Dovin's Veto is good. Hey, Beer Guard, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't have extra sweepers in my sideboard, which might be a deck building mistake. I only have 3 Kaya's Wrath in the 75. Like, at the very least, I don't know that I necessarily want Cry, but like having 4 Wrath in the 75 is probably not unreasonable. I don't really think I care about Visitation that much. Like, I have some counter spells. I have Mortifies. I have, like, Ugin and Teferi. Okay, Ugin is great. I think you're gonna see 1 to 2 Ugin in most mid-range and control decks in this format. Huh? Maybe Contempt's just too slow. I can also see trimming Thought Erasure and just like keeping more cards that play to the board. That doesn't seem unreasonable. I'm at 26 lands. Let's do that, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna trim Kaya and keep 2 Erasure. Hey, Kidneys, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday wherever you're at. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Ugin is the everyman's Teferi. That's a great way to put it. This is a Teferi that all the other non-blue-white decks get to play. Have you played the new Kefnet any? We've not. There is a blue-black Kefnet deck in the deck queue that we'll probably be getting to somewhat soon. I'm actually going to go ahead and kill the token here, just because I want to make their board smaller, I think. Domri died in the War of the Spark story, right? He's the one depicted on Despark.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Oh, I've done this.
So this is actually kind of sweet. So we talked about this being good even when it just gets attacked. And when we have Oath of Kaya in play, not only does he bounce, draw a card, and eat a damage, but Oath of Kaya triggers and gets us even more hit points.
Hardly my worst defeat.
Which is, like, pretty reasonable. Huh? I guess this sequencing still means they get to flip the Legion's Landing, which is bad. Yeah, details on how to submit a deck can be found here, Keddins. I mean, I guess I can Mortify. I probably want to Mortify because this flipping is real bad for me. Like, I think if I'm going to Mortify, I probably should have just played a tap land and Vraska's Contempted this. I, like, got halfway through a line in my head and then backed out on it, basically. Nah, I'd rather just keep killing their threats. I think I probably should have just Contempted the Adanto there. Alright, sweet. Because they decided to take a turn to play this card that doesn't impact the board, I actually have some breathing room now. Yeah, the way things have worked out here, I definitely should have played a tap land and Contempted the previous turn when I cast down plus Mortify. That was bad sequencing on my part. Now, that being said, I probably need to Mortify this. So now I am going to take a good chunk this turn, right? I'm taking 8, 12 down to 1, so probably dead because of this. Oh, it's only 9, not 12. Counting is hard. If I hit a land... If I hit a land, I get to Vraska's Contempt. If I hit a 2-mana spell, that's not good enough. I could just Contempt this and then stay alive guaranteed. That's probably what I want to do. Leaves me dead to a couple of things, but guarantees me another draw step. Leaves me at 2, which gives me Kaya's Wrath as an out. And obviously we're playing against a creature deck where Kaya's Wrath is at its best, but already like wishing I had more sweepers in my 75 than I do. Yeah, they're thinking about playing around Settle here, which is sweet. I think not playing around Settle is correct most of the time, but I think they made the right choice here.
Keep up the pace.
Oh, Esper control. Oh, Esper control. It is worth noting that this specific configuration, we only have one Moment of Craving in the 75, which does make us a lot worse against the Danto Vanguard than a lot of the iterations of Esper last season that were playing like 3 to 4 copy of that card in the 75. This hand needs a second blue, but we're on the draw on it as a cast down, so I think I'm going to keep it. It's actually like pretty reasonable in the mirror too, so you got like 3 meaningful cards. Got 2 bricks now though. Maybe I'm supposed to play around Legion War Boss here. Tyrant Storm could have sent that back to their hand. Yeah, I definitely should have done that, I think. Because then if I would have played this, I could have bounced this, then I would have been able to absorb it on the way back down.
Share in my light.
Hopefully they just pass the turn here and I get to unsummon this and have an empty board. That would be ideal. Bye, Felicia. I don't know if the NSFWOTC has been around for a while, but now I'm crying with laughter. It's something that we joked about earlier this year. It's definitely an excellent hashtag. Huh? I can just let that happen. Like in Chemister's Insight, why not destroy Gideon instead of bounce it? Because Gideon is indestructible, right? Yeah, it's indestructible. Made me do a double take. I was like, pretty sure it's indestructible. Land. Esper and Miss Landrops, chat. Name a more iconic duo. Alright, the good news is we're in a great spot. I hate to take away the Planeswalkers. I have a 5th land on top of my deck. Their history is going to pop off. Hopefully they play a creature and we just Kaya's Wrath, clean things up. The only more iconic duo is Esper and Flooding. Great. So, this style of mid-range deck, like opponent looks to be playing Mardu Angels, tends to be pretty good for Esper in general. Activated my trap card here. And now, like, whatever individual threats they play out, almost certainly won't be able to keep up with Teferi plus spot removal. Alright, it's a pretty good one.
I can no longer stand by.
We didn't put 26 lands in our deck because we wanted to miss our 5th land drop after casting Chemister's Insight. Where's my refund? Yep. I feel like that's how, like, that's like the story of every Esper player's life. Just like, I had 26 lands and I drew 2 extra. So I'm going to let this just happen. And then if they go to the end step without giving you something to absorb, I'm going to Scorn this back to their hand and we can absorb it on the way back down next turn. Like, obviously this would be better here as Moment of Craving, but I have been happy with the flexibility this card's offered so far. They need like they had like a Bedeck here. We could be in a bad spot because they could like kill a land, kill my Teferi.
Keep up the pace.
It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. Where are my lands, chat? There we go. There we go. I'm a firm believer in the Church of Jeff Hoagland that Bedeck Bedazzle is great. I play 3 of my Grixis list, but I think the general population is not going to that conclusion. I agree. Think that card is excellent. Kaya seems not great here. What else do I want to trim? Craving seems fine. Oath of Kaya finishes her Planeswalkers, gains us a little bit of life, which is nice. Maybe Veto's not stellar. I guess Veto counters their Planeswalkers, and it counters their History of Benalia, which is probably good. Is Cast Down not stellar? It doesn't kill a Danto Vanguard. It doesn't interact with Gideon well. This counters Gideon when I'm on the draw, too. That one does seem quite reasonable. As many Desparks isn't good. They do have they likely have 4 Seraphs though. Yeah, maybe the Oath's not worthwhile. I could see that. Alright, let's do this. You know, so far, I'm like not feeling this list as much as the blue-white control list. The blue-white control list was felt more like my jam. Alright, we're going to keep this on the draw with the scribe. Finally caught a live one to drop off my sub, and to tell you, you forever corrupted Love Shack for me. Oh, Shaq, that's great. Thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Great. One more shot. It's my chance to roll. This opportunity comes once in a match time. You gotta lose yourself in the land. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Get it. Got it. Good. Survey says. That's gonna get a yikes from me, dog. Alright, well. The plan is take a Danto Vanguard and hope they miss a land drop. Alright, so you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Shisha. Alright. Alright. We're going to 10 though. Like, this is definitely one of their better starts against us, right? Is like they have aggressive creatures on the play. And again, this build not playing Moment of Craving, leaving us a huge dog to these Adanto Vanguards. We're gonna go to 5. We're gonna veto this. We're gonna untap. We're gonna draw a Buddy Land and Contempt the Vanguard. It's gonna be beautiful. Buddy Land! Buddy Land! Buddy Land! Esper. Why, Esper? Why? Oh, feels Esper control, man. Feels Esper control. That was in fact my Siege Rhino impersonation. How'd you know? How'd you know? Perfect. Sign me up. We get to Thought Erasure, their Adanto Vanguard. You consider drawing what you need when you need it. That sounds pretty decent. I have 2 thieves in my sideboard, or 3 thieves in my sideboard. Alright, so we take 1, they history, we Azcanta, we take 3, hopefully. Wait, they just mortified my Oath of Kaya? They must not have read what that card does. I bet 10 to 1 they thought that triggered when they attacked me. Dollars to donuts, they thought it triggered when they attacked me. That card would be busted if it did that. It's like pretty good as is. It would be absurd if it just triggered when they attacked you. For reference, this card triggers when they attack a Planeswalker I control. Alright, I'm going to pass for the turn. Hopefully we don't get punished by a Duress, but I do want to get their entire history with the Sky's Wrath, ideally. I'd assume they're just going to pass here. If they don't have a Planeswalker to play, they definitely shouldn't play any more creatures out. Only creatures they should play here are creatures that survive Kaya's Wrath. And I like their pacing here. Feels like we've stabilized and taken over the game. Like I said, I really think they need to start like they had last game to have a chance, which is like the early Adanto Vanguards. Because now I have Search going. I'm going to get untap with Teferi plus him and then have a Mortify. That's a little annoying, I guess. Have a good one slam in. Shisha. Alright, alright. Alright, I'll keep the backup Teferi.
Slow this down.
Esper Control was likely in the Pro Tour top 8 this past weekend because the Pro Tour is a split format tournament. In fact, if I recall correctly, looking at the archetype win percentages, Esper had one of the worst win percentages at the Pro Tour. They probably weren't beating Azcanta. They're definitely not beating Azcanta plus Teferi. That's true. What's a Pro Tour? I'm glad I brought my backup Tef. Is the audio bug happening? Yeah, we're probably getting to about that time.
This isn't a fight. Hurry.
If it happens again, I'll restart. Otherwise, I'm going to try and finish the match before we do. It's probably about time to shill anyways. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week during set releases like this. As always, I'd like to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. If you're someone who enjoys standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. We change decks every 60 to 90 minutes, so you get a lot of variety in what we play here. Hey, Esper missed land drops with the brand new tier 1 sub. I like the cut of your jib. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for keeping me employed here. And Night Stars, thanks for checking in for the 14th month in a row. I'd also like take a moment to plug some of my sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. BCW supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my physical paper Magic the Gathering cards. And using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com, you can save 10% on all of your sleeves, binders, and other sorts of gaming accessories there with them. New in the sponsor today, !Claw in chat. We have the Dragon Claw to help you game on the go. Inside of all my BCW sleeves here, I have these magnetic inserts that allow my cards to hold on to the magnetic game board. This is obviously something that you wouldn't want to use at a competitive tournament setting, but I think this is a really neat product. It's definitely something I would have used as a child growing up. We played a lot of Magic the Gathering cards at scout camp and picnic tables, and in the back seat of my parents' van when we were on road trips with my brothers. So, hey, I'm not your buddy, friend. Thanks for checking in for the 3rd month in a row. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So be sure to check them out if you're interested in a magnetic game board to game on the go. Yeah, anything that's a little bit mobile. Yeah, it's really well done. And so when you buy the game board, they give you 120 of these magnetic inserts that you just put behind your cards in the sleeves. It does make the cards a little bit bulkier, but it's not that different from being double sleeved, if you're used to the bulk from that. It's pretty reasonable. It might be a little bit slow on the draw without a 2-mana removal spell, but like if they're playing a control deck, for instance, this hand is absurd. Can we see what the magnetic inserts look like? Yeah. There's actually just pulled them out of the sleeve a second ago. They're just about the size of a card. They just slip into the back of each sleeve. Why would people double sleeve? Some people are really worried a sleeve could break and then they could end up with Declan. Therasis, thank you for the 3-month resub. Thanks to your beginner deck suggestion, we have 4 mono red players in company now. Excellent. Thanks for keeping me around. Look at that. We drew another Time Raveler there. Glad we stuck the second in the main deck. Listen, people always say poor Declan when I make that joke. I did not say ending up with Declan was a bad thing. I would like the record to reflect that Declan is wonderful. He could just be the result of a sleeve breaking, okay? It's just the facts. What's going on, Girthy Winner? Thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Let's send that back from whence it came. Poor Teferi. I'm going to keep that there. As much as I want to flip this ASAP, that's a good insurance policy. As someone with children, that joke's always funny. That's incredibly rude, opponent. Listen, don't be sad. Cast your spell in response to their Time Raveler. If you don't cast your spell in response to their Time Raveler, you are going to be incredibly sad.
That's more like it.
All right, I think I just play Big Tef here, and then next turn I can search plus Contempt. Dude Light coming in hot again. How's it going, afternoon? Charles Kyle said he had to take back his build around due to financial issues. I don't know if it's a good deck or not, but let's make it happen anyways. Sounds good. And thanks for the support, Dude Light.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
No, I am not making this up as I go. Stop lying, Teferi. Alright, and then I feel like I'm currently marginally ahead because my graveyard has more cards in it than theirs does. Oh no, we're identical. But I have Chemister's Insights over here, so that's nice. Am I getting sick? I've been sick for the entire weekend. In fact, that's why I took yesterday off. I'm actually feeling much better today. We are on the upswing, but we're not out of the woodwork yet. Children are basically tiny plague gremlins. Basically tiny plague gremlins. So really looking for a Mortify here or a Teferi so we can take their Azcanta out of play. I think they have a Mortify of their own. That's why we saw them shock that in and then immediately go and count my graveyard. So, unfortunately, their Azcanta is going to flip next turn. Turiki, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, Oka. Thanks for keeping me around. I did this in response to see if I could hit a Mortify to kill this before they flip it. We missed. And then unfortunately at this point, my Azcanta's nowhere near flipping now. Which leaves us in a pretty bad spot. I have seen the Neoform deck. Have not played with or against it, but I am aware that it exists. By the time they're in grade school, you'll have an immune system so strong you could lick a bus seat with no repercussions other than the taste. That is incredibly graphic. That is incredibly graphic. Well, I'd like to speak to a manager about that comment. Alright, well there's their backup Azcanta. And I think we're just done here, right? I'm just gonna concede. And that's the awkward part about playing these mirrors, is like, there's games that are just decided like that. They're just like completely over based on the Azcanta flip. Feels bad, man. Atsu Energy, thank you for the 7-month resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your month. AYD Blackheart, thanks for the third of a year. It's important to paint a picture with your words. That's certainly one way to look at it. All right, it looks like, and this is something, like when you're talking about how you're sideboarding here, so like when we were playing against the Adanto Vanguard decks, I was like, oh, I don't have another sweeper, I don't have Moment of Cravings, it feels like I maybe don't have enough cards to bring in. And here, I'm looking at my sideboard against the control deck, and I'm going, oh, I have 64 cards here that I kind of want to play. So I kind of have too many cards for this matchup, potentially. I wonder if Vraska's Contempt's the trim. No, that can't be the case with these things running around. Maybe Despark's just not good enough. Like, all of this seems super reasonable. It's like, which of these cards do I just, like, not want in my 75? Maybe Thief is just the one that's got to go. Let's try this. Maybe this build doesn't want Thief on the board anymore. How the game's been going. In general, today they've been going all right. We played a really awesome blue-white control deck before this one. Kind of medium on this Esper deck. Not a huge fan of it in general, this archetype. Sans Seraph, thank you for the very generous tier 2 resub. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. God, this card's gonna be a beautiful full art, huh? Just like the way the shimmer is in the artwork, it's gotta be. Yep. Wow, they binned their 4th land there. That is super greedy. Hope you missed your land drop next turn, opponent. How do I go about adding points to a deck? For your tier 2 resub, just take a peek at the queue and then let me know, Sans Serif. You can drop me a private message or just post it in chat. Which archetype you'd like to bump up? Big red. Which big red? There's actually two. We are going to reversal the crap out of this one. The one closest to the top. Sounds good. Why bin Mortify? Yeah, I guess we could have fought over their Azcanta. It did come in really nice after we colored it. No, I think that's just Magic Christmas Land. I also think so many people keep bringing up Narset to help exile the graveyard for Kaya. If you've ever played Kaya in these matches, she doesn't usually need help clearing the opponent's graveyard out on her own. Playing a card like Ashiok that is individually weak in matches like this tends to not be what you want to do. In general, if you want your cards to be threats entirely on their own, not needing a supplement from another card to make them be powerful. I have no idea offhand, Chalky. It depends on the rules text of how Jumpstart works. So, I was actually going to say, I'm hoping to see a bad card here so I can bin it and flip this. But I think I'm supposed to keep that Mortify to kill their Azcanta here. Doesn't the Ashiok -4 count as a threat in the control mirror? Maybe? I don't know. So, I think thinking Ashiok represents a threat post-board in the control mirror is showing a misunderstanding of the sideboarding principle. You need to sideboard for the deck you're going to be playing against, not the deck you just played against. So look at what we did in this control mirror. Look at what other people tend to do. Post-board in the control mirrors, a lot of the time, people are bringing in additional threats, which means milling the opponent out likely isn't going to be relevant. Game 1, a lot of the time, milling your opponent out would be exceedingly relevant, but I think that's no longer the case in the average post-board game. And I realize I'm saying that as we're playing another long game, but I think these long games post-board tend to be more the exception than the rule in these Esper matches. This is 7, 8, 9. This lets me Teferi plus activate Azcanta.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
And if they go to Contempt my Teferi here, I'm just going to let it resolve.
You just let me know if you're up for it.
I have the flipped Azcanta this time around. The priority is just keeping their threats off the table. And now if they have a counter spell here, they're going to really need 2 counter spells because I get to untap and play Ugin next turn. And if they go land Teferi, they're really going to need land Teferi, negate or disdainful stroke because my Ugin's going to happen. Perfect. What you got? Well then. Yikes. All right. Yeah, I think I leave that there. And then I think I actually would rather take Veto here. So if that Veto wasn't there, I'd take Erasure and then Erasure them. But because the Veto is there, this is fine. And they drew Thought Erasure. Woof. Have a game, as they say. Even a land draw is not terrible next turn, because if I draw a land, I can play Ugin and activate Azcanta still. Don't tell me you drew an Absorb or a counter spell. Seriously? Ugh. Alright, I think it slipped away at this point. I think I needed that one. I don't know, like, so their Teferi's going, but like Azcanta is more powerful than Teferi. Like Teferi gives them a second card each turn. Azcanta gives me a second. That's the best of my top 4. So like I have to spend mana for my card advantage, but my card advantage is higher card quality than my opponent's card advantage at this point. I think I'd rather just have Chemister's Insight than Thought Erasure at this point. Alright, it's a good rip. Okay. Alright, we're cooking with gas. All right, we're at parity, and I mean, I'm technically a little bit ahead, right? Because I have a Chemister's Insight and they don't. Them's the swings, chat. Them's the swings. Pretty sizable swing too. I'm gonna say no because I can. Stay out of my hand. I did not have enough mana there to activate Azcanta either way, so it didn't really matter. All right, remember what I said about Chemister's Insight? I lied. We don't have that advantage. This card's really good. Yikes. I don't know that I'm cut out for these swings, chat. I don't know that I'm cut out for these swings. Discard spell or counterspell, please. Alright, I mean, it kind of sucks that I'm bottoming these, huh? The game's gonna last long enough that she'll find them again. That's true. We are gonna probably approach that point. And, like, they're debating if they're even supposed to absorb this because, like, their Narset prevents him from drawing cards. Is it better to pass and be able to double spell? I don't think so because I have Azcanta going. I think Azcanta means I'm going to have gas every turn, so I'd rather just spend my mana. And, like, they have so much mana. When are YouTube videos uploaded? Everything gets uploaded after I finish streaming. I am mostly a one-man show. My wife handles some of my wife, like, handles my Twitter account and some other small stuff at this point, but I do most everything personally around here. Because you are subscribed to the channel, Psychonaut, if you click into the past video section on my Twitch page, you can actually watch earlier parts of this stream now that's still going right now. So you do not have to wait. All right, I think we're done at this point. They have Absorb, so they can absorb me and activate Azcanta still this turn, and we drew a land. I think I'm gonna call it a day on this one. I really don't like Esper control, and this build, like, I don't know what the right mix of Scorns and Moment of Cravings and stuff like that is in this archetype, but I definitely feel like whatever it is we have here isn't it. And I feel like the amount of time I would have to spend playing this to figure out those answers is a lot more than I could do in one session here. Something to note is that the blue-white control build we played before this, I did really feel like it lined up, it felt like it had a leg up in the pseudo-mirror of it versus actual Esper control. So if I was going to play a blue-based control deck, I think I would explore straight blue-white a little bit more. All right, let's slide along.